Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Guys, I just want to thank you for supporting my channel over the years, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. We're growing. I'm growing at a very, very fast rate. So I really want to thank you all. I feel like a lot of you guys are showing me a lot of love, a lot of support. My views are going up as well. And it's all down to you guys showing me that love, showing me that support. So I can't thank you guys enough for the support and love that you've shown me throughout the years. And you know what? I want to share this with you, that I felt like my channel at one point, I was getting really frustrated, irritated. And I've been doing this for a long time now. But I was getting to a point where I was thinking, oh man, this is getting tough. This is difficult to grow this. But over the last year or so, I've definitely seen some substantial growth on every video. I feel like my views have gone up. I feel like you guys are showing me the support, and boxing's thriving, it's booming. And I can't thank you guys enough, because I definitely feel like I've got a new wave of subscribers come through that are all hardcore boxing fans. And you appreciate my content. I appreciate, the interactions with you guys. So I think it's really, really great that, my channel is growing, and I can't have grown without you guys. So I can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, thank you for your support. Keep hitting the like button, guys. If by hitting the like button and sharing my videos, it gets my channel out there. It helps my channel continue to grow. So thank you very much for everybody that hits the like button. Smash the like button on this video as well, and thank you for all your support. Guys, I want to get into this video. Guys, Canelo is being accused of ducking David Benavidez for some reason. Antonio Margarito saw an interview, and he said that the fans want to see Canelo needs to stop ducking David Benavidez. Canelo needs to stop avoiding David Benavidez. And seems to be the rhetoric of a lot of boxing fans. They seem to think that David Benavidez is the next guy that is a problem for Canelo. Like, this narrative has been spun with Andre Charlo, but now it seems like some fans are actually pushing that narrative with David Benavidez, and they think David Benavidez is some kind of King Kong, and he's the guy that's going to knock Canelo off his perch. And to be honest with you, I don't understand what the fans see. I don't understand what certain fans see that make David Benavidez such a threat. Look, Benavidez is a good fighter. He's very untested, very unproven at this point. But I just don't understand what a lot of people see in David Benavidez that makes them think that he's going to be a legitimate test and a legitimate guy that's going to beat Canelo. I don't see what a lot of people see. He's not got the fastest feet. His defense isn't the greatest. He's got fast hands, but he hasn't got very fast feet. So someone like Canelo can make him look very silly and make him miss a lot, because we all know Canelo's defense is unbelievable, and Canelo can make you miss. I feel like those fast hands are good, but he doesn't really have the fast feet going, in line with those fast hands, which is going to be a problem against someone like Canelo Alvarez, because like I said, Canelo could make him very silly. He can make him miss all night. If Benavidez had fast feet and fast hands, then that would be a huge problem for Canelo Alvarez. The size, I don't think it makes much of a difference. Canelo's face, guys, as big as Benavidez. Benavidez is very tall, a bigger target for Canelo to hit. The body's there, open for Canelo to throw those brutal body shots that he throws. I just don't see what other people see. Like, Floyd Mayweather said that he thinks that, Canelo should fight David Benavidez. Mike Tyson said the same thing. These are very educated, like, these are guys that know boxing. I honestly don't see what I honestly don't see what a lot of people see when it comes to David Benavidez. I don't see how, people making out like David Benavidez is a massive threat to Canelo. I just think he's defensively not sound enough. I think Canelo will exploit his flaws defensively, and I think he'll take advantage of that. This narrative about Canelo ducking David Benavidez and David Benavidez is a fight that the fans want to see. Well, Canelo's fighting Dimitri Bivol. Is that not a fight that fans want to see? If David Benavidez fought Dimitri Bivol, who would you guys pick to win that fight? It's kind of bizarre. How can you duck somebody when you're fighting somebody tougher and better? Dimitri Bivol for me is better than David Benavidez. There's no doubt in my mind. He's the technically more sound guy out of the two. He's the faster guy. He's got the more educated feet, the faster feet. He's a better mover in the ring. David Benavidez has got fast hands, but that's it, really. Apart from that, he hasn't got great feet. His ring IQ, I don't, it's not the greatest. His defense is poor. Bivol's defense is better. So all round, Bivol is a much better boxer than David Benavidez at this point. And he's more proven as well. He's beaten better guys. I'm not saying even Bivol's resume is not great, but he's beaten better guys than David Benavidez. Look, Bivol's beaten John Pascal. He's beaten Joe Smith. He's more proven than Benavidez. And for me, from a skills point of view, he's the more fundamentally sound out of the two. Bivol's got very fast hands. Bivol's got fast feet. Bivol's got great IQ. Bivol's got great defense. So overall, when you look at it, Bivol is better than Benavidez. His skill set tells me he's better. He's more well-rounded a fighter than David Benavidez. So how the hell is Canelo fighting Dimitri Bivol, but then at the same time ducking Benavidez, who for me is a lesser fighter? He's proven at this particular point in his career that he's not a better fighter than Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol is more proven, has done more in terms of his resume. He's been in there and beaten better guys. And most importantly, for me, from looking at their skill set, Bivol is the more fundamentally sound out of the two. So how the hell is Canelo Alvarez ducking David Benavidez is beyond me if he's fighting Dimitri Bivol. Look, people keep changing the goalposts, right? Canelo fights Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol is somebody that people were saying that Canelo Alvarez would have a catch weight. People were saying that Canelo Alvarez will put a rehydration clause on Dimitri Bivol. But now he fights Dimitri Bivol, and now the goalposts, oh, well, it's another Euro guy. That for me, I'm sorry. You can't keep changing the goalposts here. A lot of fans seem to be changing the goalposts. It's like if Canelo had fought Charlo, many people were saying, well, Charlo's a cherry pick because Charlo's never fought at 168. I just feel like there's always a changing of the goalposts when it comes to Canelo, and I don't understand what Canelo has to do to get respect and credit. It's just a case where, Canelo's lying and saying... The fact is he's fighting Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol is better than anybody at 168. He's better than anybody. He's bigger. He's a very slick guy. He's fast of feet, fast of hands. How can you sit here and say that Benavidez is better than Dimitri Bivol? If they fought, Bivol wins. He wins. He's the better boxer out of the two. He's the better boxer. He's got faster feet, just as faster hands. He's better defensively. He's got better ring IQ. What does Benavidez do? Apart from, I'll give him probably got faster hands. That's it. That's it. Apart from that, Bivol is the more fundamentally sound out of the two. Bivol is definitely the more fundamentally sound. So how the hell is Canelo... I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I'm confused. I'm confused. Canelo is fighting a guy who's a much more tougher fight than the guy that people seem to be saying he's ducking. But it seems to me like a lot of people, because they want to see the fight, because Benavidez is starting to grow his name and grow his brand, and Bivol hasn't got the name, he hasn't got the the name that Benavidez have. I feel like people are assuming that makes it some kind of easier fight. Bivol is not an easy fight at any stretch. So for Antonio Margarito to say that, maybe he knows Benavidez, maybe he's saying it because it's another fellow Mexican. I don't know, but for people to come out and say that Canelo is ducking David Benavidez, but then fighting Dimitri Bivol, I just don't understand. I just don't understand how that works. I just don't understand. I don't understand how you can fight Dimitri Bivol, but then at the same time be ducking David Benavidez. Like, how is Canelo Alvarez ducking David Benavidez when he's fighting Dimitri Bivol, who is more dangerous, in my opinion? Like, Dimitri Bivol and Canelo is a 50-50, probably 55-45 fight. Canelo v. David Benavidez is not a 50-50 fight at any stretch of the imagination. I look at that as like an 80-20, 70-30 type fight in Canelo's favor. Canelo is a massive favorite to beat David Benavidez, in my opinion. Just basing it off their skill set, basing them off. Like, Bivol is a much, much harder fight, much more closer fight. So how the hell is he ducking David Benavidez? How? Maybe I'm underselling David Benavidez, but David Benavidez hasn't shown anything yet. He's not a big puncher, right? He's got fast hands, but not got the greatest feet. His defense isn't the greatest. So, and his punching power, when he's fought these guys that I've been watching him fight, his punching power is nothing special. So he's not going to hurt Canelo. I don't even think he's got the power to push Canelo back. So how's he gonna beat Canelo, and how's Canelo ducking him? I'm just really confused. I'm really confused to how people are looking to downplay and undermine and put Canelo down. I don't understand it. David Benavidez is no world beater. He's no world beater. He hasn't fought. Like, look, I'm worried for David Benavidez against Lemieux. I think that's a dangerous fight for him because Lemieux's a big puncher. He's a big banger. And if he lands on David Benavidez with the poor defense he's got, listen, it could become very interesting, that fight. You know, I just don't buy that thought of Canelo ducking David Benavidez. I just don't understand what people see in David Benavidez to think that Canelo would duck him. Why would Canelo duck David Benavidez? David Benavidez has, like, I don't understand. Like, Dimitri Bivol is, for me, a far better fighter. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Benavidez is better than Bivol. I don't think so. I don't think I am. I think Bivol is a fundamentally sound out of the two. He's more proven in terms of who he's been in the ring with, right? And basing it off their skill set, like I said, I'll stick to it. Bivol is more fundamentally sound. He's better in more areas than David Benavidez. Bivol is better defensively. He's got better feet. You know, he's just as fast. His IQ for me is better. His movement in the ring is better. So I just don't understand how, you know, people are coming to the conclusion that Canelo is ducking David Benavidez, but then fighting Bivol, who's the more fundamentally sound, in my opinion, the better fighter, or more proven and more accomplished to this point. Anyway, you know, look, David Benavidez's career is not over, so I'm not going to sit here and say, well, you know, we don't know what David Benavidez is going to go on to achieve. But the point is, at this particular moment, for me, Dimitri Bivol is the better fighter. He's the more proven guy. And most importantly, he's champion at a much higher weight class, or a higher weight class. So how is Canelo Alvarez ducking David Benavidez but then fighting Dimitri Bivol? Dimitri Bivol was a guy that a lot of people thought that would beat Canelo. Dimitri Bivol was one of the guys that people thought stylistically would cause Canelo a lot of trouble. But all of a sudden now, Canelo fights him, and all of a sudden Dimitri Bivol is some kind of easy fight. How? Like, most hardcore boxing fans view Dimitri Bivol as a much harder fight. But I don't understand. I just totally don't understand. I don't understand how Canelo can duck Dimitri Bivol. Duck David Benavidez. And then fight Dimitri Bivol. I don't understand it. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to know your opinion. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.